Sports, and if it's in the game, it's in the game.
Hope y'all ready for this one, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
From the crossroads of America, we're at the center of Indianapolis, Indiana, as we get a look here at Lucas Oil Stadium. Welcome, everybody, to the booth. I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Hewitt for this game. And Brock, as a former quarterback, I know your focus is on the offensive side of the ball ahead of this kickoff.
Yeah, these two offenses are so fun to watch because the best offenses in this league, Kate, they're about trust. And it just pops out. When you study them during the week on the game film, you just see it. They trust one another. That's head coach, that's coordinator, that's play caller, that's to the quarterback, and then certainly the 11 on the field. Both these groups are getting it done.
Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And here we go from Indy. Return coming from the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. They're brought out by someone who's kept the exact energy now as he had when he entered the league back in 2019. It's Gardner Minshew.
Kate, I don't know how many people know the story of Gardner Minshew and how close he was to becoming a GA and coaching. Mike Leach got on the phone with him and said, hey, why don't you take one more swing at this thing? Come out to Pullman, Washington, and lead my pirate ship. And all he did with that mustache was light the college football world on fire. And all he's been in the NFL with multiple organizations is that same spark plug that just makes something happen.
That's Mayer. He's got it. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the shotgun, Minshew. Pass taken in by Marshall. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. Third and just 2 to go. Inside handoff goes to Madison. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. Stopped for no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th and 2.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60+. So now the Colts getting their first opportunity on offense in this game. Bringing them out to 4th overall pick in 2023 out of Florida, a super athlete at quarterback, Anthony Richardson.
I don't think it's hyperbole to say that when Anthony Richardson came out of the draft out of Florida, he was the greatest all-around athlete we'd ever seen at quarterback. 240 pounds, running 4.4, jumping 40 inches. He was the envy of defensive ends and linebackers that couldn't put up those numbers. Now, it's taken all those athletic traits and squeezing them into the quarterback position, maximizing all that physical talent to become the superstar he can be.
And he's touched down about 5 yards shy of that first down marker.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at them. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
He takes off left on this 2nd down. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop. They manage a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that, but let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Short pass caught by his tight end. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. A 5-yard gain on the play. And it'll be first down, Colts.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. That's why they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Escapes out to the left. He can run it. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
Opening drive going according to plan. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. Straight ahead with Taylor. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Divine Diablo there on the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They go again with Taylor. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody, and maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Throwing from the pistol, Richardson. Completes this one to Granson. And this one does not go far. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Play action with Richardson. Bails out of the pocket quick. He tucks it and takes off. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Option give to Taylor. And he stopped just a little short of the goal line. He's down to the 2. Give him 4 on that play. So now they've got 2nd and goal.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and goal. He's headed right on the option. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Colts have a great first drive and get the game's first points. It's an Anthony Richardson touchdown. My partner up here is pumping his fist after that one. That is how you run an option as a quarterback. Good read to hang on to it and do it himself.
Yeah, because I could never do that, not even close. But when the defense overplays and you run that option, you get that good 2-on-1, more times than not, they will commit to the more dangerous guy, the running back. But you leave a lane, this quarterback can do some damage as well.
Gay with the point after. And the Colts will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. It's Amir Abdullah with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Second drive coming up for the Las Vegas offense. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out. Second and 6 coming up here. Minshew. That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
Up the middle they go with Madison. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Second and 6 coming up here. Minshew working from the gun. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Minshew. Completed to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. The Indianapolis offense headed out for their second drive of the game. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start this series with an option left. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Not that he needed to, but he'll always try and remind people that he's a threat running it, in addition to slinging it all over the field.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Sticking with the option. He's headed right. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
1st down, ball at the 36. Taylor now, up the middle. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Off the play fake, here's Richardson. That's brought in, it's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 39. Hauled in by Downs. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, well, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And he'll turn this into a solid gain down to the 14. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. This throw is caught. And this is down all the way to the 3. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. That's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line to gain.
Taylor can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. And oh, he got it! Interception! Jack Jones has got it! And he's gonna go! It's a pick 6! I don't know about you, Brock, but I could almost feel them going through the 5 stages of grief over on that sideline, watching their would-be touchdown pass in 6 points return the entire way to the opposite end zone for 6 on the other side of the board.
You just don't really believe it's happening until he's, well, 30, 40 yards into his return, and then you're just powerless. Kate, just over 40 times in the history of the NFL this has happened.
Wow.
And what a return to add to that list.
Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders tie this game 7-7. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Here comes the Colts offense now for another possession. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick six. Need short memories here as they head back out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Drive starts with an option, right side. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
That's just a nice little tester for the defense to gauge how well it can account for the quarterback when he decides to run it.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They'll run another option to the right. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, up the middle, gonna be pretty tough for this safety to make a play through all the traffic. But you want to range outside? You want to get into his domain? You better be careful because this strong safety will put you on your back.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Throwing now, Richardson. Ooh, he put some heat on that one, Brock, but it falls incomplete. Looking for the back that time. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Officially a 69-yard punt. What a kick. And it'll be Raider football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. Throwing on first is Minshew. And the Colts get to him. He goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just fling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Out of the gun, Madison. They'll have him gain about a handful there. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. It's a gain of 5, but they're still well behind the sticks. 3rd down coming up.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
3rd and long for him here. That's complete. Here's Madison. And this one gets up to the 14-yard line before he stopped.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. He has it at the 22. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And the Colts will take over. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He picks up 28 on the play. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
That is textbook RPO right there, Kate. Quarterback's decision-making comes quick off the snap. And that back, you know that he's already looking for those lanes before the ball's even in his belly. Before that defense can adjust to the run, he hits that second level.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there, tracked down by Robert Spillane.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Colts have the football. They start with 2nd and 6. From the 42. He puts some juice on a deep. They connect on the deep shot. And he'll move the chains on that play.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Taylor runs it in. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts take a second quarter lead. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Gay to add the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Colts break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Abdullah now to return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
Minshew on first down. Got a man, Bowers has it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. A handoff for Madison running left. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Colts side of the field. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on first down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
Here's Madison again. He'll cobble together a yard there. Quiddy Pay there to take him down. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3.
You know, some positive yardage there, Kate, but just as important, they're mixing up their play calling, and they could very well be setting up the defense for a big play later.
They'll go right back to Madison. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love third down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball, but a third down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
1st and 10 from the 41. Here's the give to Madison. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 38. Getting out to his left. He's keeping it.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. They go with Madison here. He breaks the tackle. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Pressure coming, it's Minshew. Dump off caught by his back. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Going left side, Madison with it. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, Minshew. This ball's cut by Bowers. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Inside handoff goes to Madison. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. Ball placed at the 7. It's 2nd and goal. They give it to Madison. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Now Minshew on 3rd and goal. Has it down close. Touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Carlson now to add one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders tie things up at 14. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Josh Downs to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Colts have running back Jonathan Taylor headed out with the rest of the offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Taken in by Pierce. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
1st down, he keeps it left on the option. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
Well, there's going to be a missed assignment on somebody's grade sheet tomorrow. That read option game with the quarterback, there is always a defender that's responsible for the QB. That time, QB takes advantage.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Play action with Richardson. He's on the move. Oh, he's keeping it again. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Well, I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical 1st down.
Straight ahead with Taylor. And he found a gap to take this down to the 28. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. From the 28. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
Well, I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
From the red zone now. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled for a short gain. Second down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. And he has the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts take a 2nd quarter lead. It's an Anthony Richardson touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
That one splits the uprights. And the Colts break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Abdullah now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Raiders are back onto the field, led by Gardner Minshew. And they're a touchdown back, Brock, as they take over down 21-14. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now Minshew gets it quickly to Bowers. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
I think one of my first welcome to the NFL moments, Kate, was my first rookie mini camp. And in the West Coast system, and Mike Holmgren, who taught like Bill Walsh, it wasn't just getting a completion. It was putting it right on the spot so the receiver could do damage like we just saw.
And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 48. He's on the move. Now he takes it. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Up the middle they go with Madison. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. A.J. Cole on to punt. And he's been getting all of it every time out. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. No return on this one. It's going to make it out of bounds and across the 25, spotted at the 24. The Colts and Anthony Richardson headed back onto the field. And while they've worried about his arm a little bit early, he's been happy to get some yards on the ground, looking like an effective dual threat thus far. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Just a nice little reminder that this QB is more than a passer. They're going to call his number as a runner too, especially if these defenses don't account for it.
2nd and 3 now. From the gun, Taylor. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 44. Second and 3 now. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Whew, very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They'll throw again. Richardson. On target to his man Taylor. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Minshew working from the gun. Complete here to Bowers. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You're trading a little bit of speed, sure. But you sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. 2nd and 3. Hits his running back. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that's good for a Raiders first.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Throwing on first is Minshew. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
Short pass brought in. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
Well, that right there, Kate, that is the epitome of trust, and trust in your big physical tight end. Throwing his way into double coverage. You may question the decision when the ball leaves his hands, but it's tough to question when it produces results like that.
And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Minshew setting up to throw. Looking touchdown, but can't connect.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make it impact later.
So now on 4th down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset they couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. We're to the halfway point from Indianapolis with the Colts out in front at the break. Now it's down to Florida where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw former rushing champ Jonathan Taylor be a big-time factor in that first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Colts back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
I don't know, Kate. I didn't think he had it, but that back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the 1st down. Pops up right away and signals 1st down.
1st down, ball at the 36. Option give to Taylor. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. So 2nd down coming up. He made taking away that quick slant look easy there, Brock, even in zone coverage.
Yeah, it is not an easy route to stop, and you have to have tremendous eyes. I talked to you, Kate, and everybody about anticipation as a quarterback. It's the same thing for a cornerback in zone. Anticipated that route. It's Johnny on the spot.
And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Raiders' side of the field. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a groove, when he is feeling it, You're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
He has the first over the middle. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be first down, Colts.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Here's first and 10 from the 34. Out of the option, he's going to keep it going right. Juke the defender. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, well, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did, tote the ball himself for a big run.
They're now set for first and 10. Oh, going right back with another option, right side. And he gets it down to the 13-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have second and 2 next.
Just a little reminder right there that he's more than a passer. They'll call his number as a runner, too, especially if the defenses don't account for him.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. To throw, Richardson. The throw is caught. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Back to throw, here's Richardson. Chased out to his right. And they take this in for the score. The Colts grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's an Anthony Richardson touchdown, his third of the game on the ground. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. And the drive will start out with a first and 10. Man in motion, out of the slot. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good for a gain of 5. Kenny Moore there to make the stop. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be second and 5.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Halfway to the marker, it's second and 5. From the shotgun, Minshew. They got a hand on it, and now it's intercepted! And the Colts will be set up great after a terrific return down inside the 15. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. He brings it in. And he drives this forward to the 6. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Taylor now up the middle. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. Richardson bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs, but not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
4th down's going to bring out Matt Gay and the Colts field goal unit for the first time. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Up and good from Fairbairn. And that extends their lead to 14.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. To the ground with Madison. And he'll get it up to the 27. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. This is ahead for about 5. Play made by E.J. Speed. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1. They send a tight end in motion. Here's Madison. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Running it now out of the gun. And he's brought down for a loss.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice game. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
Offense to the line for second down. Out of the gun, Minshew. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
Dumped off to his running back. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Here's the give to Madison. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Minshew to throw. This ball's cut by Bowers. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
The Colts adding a man to the secondary here. 3rd down coming up. Now Minshew. He's on the move. He's running for it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you've got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
Caught. Trey Tucker makes the play. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Inside handoff goes to Madison. And he has this one down to the 8-yard line. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. Here's Madison again. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
These aren't the plays that will lead highlight reels, but they're the ones that win you ball games. What a nice game by the back. And now his offense can go in any number of directions on 1st and 10.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll go right back to Madison. Scores. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Carlson adds the extra point. And the Raiders chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He stopped on the return at the 27. The home teams and this running back headed back out for a new series. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
2nd down carry for Taylor. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Marcus Epps making the play. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Now Richardson to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Raiders get to it!
You know what separates good defenses from great? Good defenses find a way to get off the field. Great defenses find a way to take the ball away. What a great play to set their offense up with some mojo.
The Raiders and Alexander Madison ready for another go on offense. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you could go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. That's complete. Here's Madison. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Raiders first.
Kate, I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. They'll run. This is Madison. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
They'll run it here on 3rd down. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It takes every piece of the symphony working in concert right there. When you run a draw on 3rd and long, everybody's got to do their job. The problem, they didn't, and this defense responded.
So now on 4th down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. This from 28 yards away. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Downs on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Colts ready to take the field. And the first half scoring has continued so far in this second half as they try to keep the pace. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Taylor. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Taylor again. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They get an even 10 on that play. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
This set it down starts with an option right. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Any tackle for loss hurts, Kate, but they hurt that much more from a defensive back. Those guys typically are better in coverage, and you got to find a way to make a miss in the backfield.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Here's a give to Taylor. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. It's a gain of 3 after the loss, but still 3rd and 8 to work with. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
The Colts are ready for the punt. Rigoberto Sanchez will kick it away. That excitement brings us to the end of the quarter. They'll have a shiny new set of downs to play with to start the 4th. It's Raiders football, and they'll get to work, coming into the quarter trailing. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Madison. And he'll get them forward here up to the 24-yard line. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's hit at the line of scrimmage. The run outside returns nothing. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Minshew looking to throw. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
As we're into the fourth quarter, we know this. We know that money down could not be any more important than right now. Both sides are certainly fatigued. You feel it in both their play. But battling through what's been a physical contest all game long, going to be the key here down the stretch.
The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. And he's going to do the honors for the fourth time today. Averaging over 50 yards a kick, and this is another one well hit. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And they're going to take over possession. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, Taylor. And he's brought down after a short gain. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Throwing from the pistol, Richardson. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's keeping it. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Richardson now on 1st and 10. This one finds Taylor. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Now a toss play, Taylor. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, they eschewed the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front, and they fired off the line knowing a run was coming, and boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
Richardson on 3rd. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, the game wasn't on the line with that series, but don't tell the defense because they brought the urgency and juice like it was. Getting the sack, setting up 4th down, well, it picks everybody up on that sideline. And now their offense gets a chance in a 1-score game.
They'll send out the punting unit. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Hard to do better than that, a 66-yard punt. And the Raiders' drive is going to start deep on their own side of the field. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They go with Madison here. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Minshew working from the gun. Completed over the middle. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. The give now to Madison. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's a Vegas first down.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
Minshew on first down. Complete here to Bowers. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here's Madison. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Find me an offense that won't take that type of result every snap. Good execution, a quality gain, and it moved the sticks.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Here's Minshew. That one's on the mark, Jacoby Myers. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Raiders first. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. They give it to Madison. And they get him down after a quality pickup to about the 36. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. From the 36. This is hauled in by Myers. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Well, that's a gain that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Here's the give to Madison. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards. Second down now, 7 to go. A handoff for Madison, running left. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. Following the flag, they've got 3rd and 3. Throwing here, Minshew. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
Inside handoff goes to Madison. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field. He's
got it on the bootleg. On him quick, and they bring him down. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Knowing how our wonderful EA Sports team and director does his job, we're going to see a replay real quick here, Kate, and I want to see that moment of truth, that panic in the QB's eyes. You run that bootleg, you're out there alone, you got to make something happen, or you could take a risk like that, a huge sack for this defense.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Design bootleg here. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they cut it down to within a field goal.
I bet you, Kate, if we were down there right in his mind as that ball sailed good through the uprights, his mind was already thinking about the next one. If this score holds and he gets another opportunity, well, the game could be on the line with that one.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Returning it from the 4. This return makes it up to the 25. The Indianapolis offense ready to take another swing at it. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That's now a handful of sacks for the defense and a handful of bruises for the quarterback. Consider this, Kate. Truly elite defenses in this league, well, they average just over 3 sacks a game during an entire season. You put up 5 in a contest, you're playing like one of the league's best.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Won't make the play on that one. It hits the deck, incomplete. This one intended for the running back. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
3rd and long. It's Richardson. Finds him over the middle. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Punt team on, and they'll send this one away. Fair catch made, a little beyond the 20-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And it'll be Raider football. The Raiders are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this 2nd half. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. To the ground with Madison. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. From the 29. Hits him on the out route. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
1st and 10, Minshew. He gets this one to Myers. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down. Back to throw, Minshew. This ball's cut by Bowers. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Raiders first.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
Throwing on first is Minshew. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. And they send a man in motion. To throw again on 2nd down here, Minshew. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the 3rd row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now 3rd down is so much harder.
We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Indy. Raiders trail by just 1. And on 3rd down, the Colts going with the nickel here. He's back to throw. Rolling left, buying some time. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
A conversion unlikely, but the offense is going for it. 4th and 13. To throw. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Sometimes a quarterback gets so focused on coverage down the field, you lose sight of those linemen right in front of you. On that occasion, he throws it right to the D lineman. Easy to get the paw up and swat away a potential 1st down.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set. 1st and 10. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. They go again with Taylor. Open space inside the 40. And finally stopped at the 34. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee. Now the Raiders using the last of their timeouts as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. This won't run out the clock just yet, Brock. They're going to have to kneel it again after this one. With the win in hands, they don't take the knee. Let this clock run out.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
They can't end it with a knee, but this would run out some clock. They take a knee, and that should do it for us here.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Matt Gay now in a high-pressure spot. It'll be a 54-yarder from the right hash. A big kick is no good. It's well to the left there. And they can't push the lead beyond a field goal. So the Colts get the win at home inside of Lucas Oil. And they had to hold in their breath there right at the end, didn't they? But fortunate that that game-winning kick was not successful. And they're definitely happy to escape with that victory. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indy.